Hello everybody and welcome to the grand final of the DelotA Febraury Dota 2 tournament. I am just delicious and with me as always is the sumptuous Vague Raconteur.
Yes, hello and welcome to the Grand Final versus IMBA Battlenet. An extreme rage, extremely grudge match after IMBA Battlenet just got slightly beaten by Extreme Rage and they must desperately want to win this now. So the first ban's already coming out and Wisp the first ban. Now Wisp is somebody that we've seen banned so often recently and you can completely understand why. Wisp can destroy a team. It doesn't matter who Wisp is paired with. She can come in, it can come in, can just port someone else in and they can completely destroy someone. They're dead. All they needed was a slight glimpse of someone on a minimap, gone. And Batrider, one of the best mids in the game, he's falling out of the version a little bit recently in terms of the meta because Queen of Pain is able to have quite a nice time against him now, but he's still strong and Extreme Rage don't really want to go up against him.
Yeah, he's still ridiculously strong when he gets to mid game as well, so it's a good reason to ban out Batrider. He's still one of the strongest disablers in the game. Obviously that lasso goes straight through BKB, gives you carry a hard time regardless of who they are, except maybe if they're PL. But yeah, Shadow Demon as well, banned out by IMBA. So IMBA going for the big support bans. They have first pick, so maybe they're just giving themselves the option of who to go for straight away.
Well, absolutely. Shadow Demon is somebody that can really cause huge problems with disruption, and Soul Catcher being able to do so much, and the ultimate, of course, completely catching out anyone who really does get caught by it. But that's the thing, when you ban those two heroes out, you have the choice of what used to be the old meta. We have to say it's evolved now, thanks to the Chinese. In order to choose from, and when you have the option of Keeper, Nyx Assassin, Darkseer, those kind of, and Magnus, those kind of heroes, despite not always being picked, are so strong still that it's worth picking them up without any question.
Oh yeah, definitely, and it's going to be interesting to see what Extreme Rage actually ban out here, because they go for the Magnus, so they're giving Nyx Assassin and Keeper of the Light. IMBA comply, pick up Nyx, and Keeper immediately picked up by Xtreme as well. So still don't think we've seen a Keeper of the Light actually beat a Nyx Assassin yet.
No, we haven't.
But Extreme Range obviously like it.
Well, they must be really going for their chances, and of course we know how good Extreme Rage are. We know they're not really going to miss any Illuminates, but even with such a big area casted by Illuminate, it's so difficult for them to avoid what seems like a suicidal Nyx Assassin going in, popping his E, and all of a sudden Keeper's lost half of his health.
Yeah.
And that is the exact problem. So they're going to have to be so careful playing this Keeper, and they really have to hope they don't come up try. And they've gone for Lifestealer. Now we could see Lifestealer in the jungle, but it's a lot more likely to see him in a hard carry role, and he's so strong recently.
Oh yeah, definitely. But what happens now is going to be just up to the teams, really. IMBA have the picks. They've been picking for quite a long time, actually, in this one. They're really taking their time about it, thinking very hard to see what they can do. But Lifestealer is a hero that he gets played a little bit, but not nearly as often as he used to, just because there are counters for him. I mean, if they pick up maybe a Gyrocopter now, you have to feel that Gyrocopter's going to be able to out carry him, and they're going to go immediately for a Weaver and Rubik. So Weaver's going to be their off lane, it seems, and they're obviously happy with just picking him straight up. I suppose he is very versatile, so they could just swap it around and put him wherever they want, really. And he just keeps the doors open for Ember.
Absolutely. Now we could possibly see this tri-lane already, but it's that unsurety that's going to make Extreme Rage just unable to really pick down a certain team. So they go for Queen of Pain, the best mid in this version, completely able to stomp down anyone and so effective. It's almost impossible to shut her down early game, but later game she's only got a blink, a very squishy hero, and if she gets ganked, she doesn't have the time to blink away. She can be completely stomped out.
Yeah, definitely. But Queen of Pain, one of those mids that just that kind of just dominates everyone right now, and I don't really think there's anyone that IMBA could pick up that can really fight her. And Gyro, we can see banned out by Extreme Rage, as you would expect after picking up the Lifestealer. They don't want anyone with that ridiculous amount of carry and farm potential. And yeah, Extreme Rage actually just banning out quite a lot of carries.
Well, PL hasn't gone yet. We expect PL to go because normally Gyrocopter is the guy you pick up to go against Phantom Lancer, and normally you see Lifestealer as the carry of choice to go against Gyrocopter, not because they counter each other in any way, but just because they kind of break even in terms of their carry potential. But Luna being banned, pretty interesting. You know, not that hard to stop once you've got a Skull Basher on Lifestealer and an Armlet, because we know how effective Lifestealer is with barely any farm. But Bounty Hunter and Lone Druid, we're seeing very strong offlanes banned by IMBA Battlenet, so they don't want anyone that strong going against them. Although that could suggest that Weaver isn't going to be their offlane, because a Weaver versus Lone Druid always goes in Weaver's favour.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the point, I think they've just banned Lone Druid because you can't really leave him alone. He's one of those heroes that if you leave him alone for 5 minutes, all of a sudden he's gonna pop out of the jungle for Radiance or something, and then your team is gonna be in a lot of trouble. So we've seen the power of Lone Druid before, but looking at the rest of the bans, I mean, PL did go, as they said. I mean, that was a quite obvious ban, since that they've already got rid of Gyro and Luna, and the Bounty Hunter as well. And IMBA now looking for their hard carry in their mid, because, no, sorry, they're off. Oh, no, they pick up Darkseer. Maybe Darkseer is going to be their mid, and if not, Weaver might be coming up against Queen of Pain.
I'm not sure how come, because Weaver could still be the hard carry with Darkseer in the offlane. I mean, Darkseer could potentially go mid. We could see him in a farm role, although it's very unlikely. He just does not do well enough. So mid or offlane, Weaver in the safe lane or the offlane. I'm going to say, no, I'm not going to call anything yet. I am going to wait for the last pick because it's too versatile a team. And Lena being picked up. So Kotl and Lena, so strong supports. If they do lane in a trial with Lifestealer, as you would expect, unless they choose some kind of wacky other choice to kind of mix everything up, then that is going to be such a strong trial to go against. And if they get it in the safe lane, Lifestealer is going to have a whale of a time because he can just go into the jungle if things aren't going too well.
Oh, of course, and Lifestealer as well, that open wounds, being able to set up Lena's stun perfectly, and also allowing Keeper to get those Illuminates on target, just because of the sheer amount it slows them. So that's going to be a very, very strong tri-lane, and it looks like IMBA are just thinking of who they can pick up maybe to round off their tri-lane if Weaver's not going to be there. And this pick is going to determine pretty much everything that IMBA are going to do. And I'm excited to see what they're going to pick, because they only have 1 second, and it's Templar Assassin, so she is going to be mid against Queen of Pain.
Well, if anyone has a good chance against her, it has to be Templar. Templar being able to use Refraction, it can completely screw over a Queen of Pain. If Queen of Pain isn't careful, she doesn't count the number of Refraction hits she's taking down. Watch carefully, try and work out what level it is. Templar Assassin could potentially block all that nuke and then just nuke Queen of Pain down herself with that horrible, horrible meld combo that's so effective. So now we're going to see Darkseer on the offlane, Weaver being the farmer, with supported by Rubik and Nyx Assassin, a very strong, very aggressive lane versus another very aggressive lane being Lifestealer, Lena and Keeper of the Light, with Queen of Pain in mid, or potentially an off lane, but we're expecting to see her in mid. It's just going to be interesting to say, okay, what do we go against Darkseer?
Yeah, this is going to determine their off-lane, and there aren't really many off-lane heroes left. I mean, a lot of them banned out by IMBA, but we still do have the Clockwork if they wanted to pick up Clockwork. We still do have a few other heroes that they could just mix and match just to throw up on the off-lane. I mean, against the Darkseer, even heroes like Tidehunter are going to be okay because they can just sit in sap XP. They don't particularly need much farm, and then when a team fight arrives, they can really do an awful lot and really pull their weight in the mid-game. So, they've got a lot of choices, Xtreme Rage, but the most powerful offlane is definitely banned out by IMBA, the Lone Druid and the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, absolutely, and they go for Puck, so again, somebody who's fantastic, one of my favourite heroes, so good in the offlane at the moment, because all it has to do is just stay there, stay sapping up XP, come out at level 6, and before you know it, everyone in the enemy team is dead. It's got a 4-staff, 4-staff and a Blink Dagger, and if we're going to go for that incredible Extreme Rage build of before, if I believe that's the right team, and it just does so much, it's incredible.
Yeah, definitely, and then how they lane it is going to be interesting as well, because obviously it looks like the Weaver is going to be the hard carry, but we've seen teams put Darkseer there now. We've seen teams put Darkseer in that main farming role, and that will definitely mess up this Puck, because Weaver's going to have a very, very nice time against Puck, you have to feel. I mean, Phase Shift isn't going to be particularly effective if Weaver can get a few Sakuchis, because you just can't see it coming. And then the auto attack is just ridiculously strong with Germinate attack, and Weaver's going to absolutely dominate Puck if they get onto a lane together. So I'm going to run through the Radiant, and then as normal we'll be flicking it over to Vague, who will be handling the Dire. So Joker is going to be taking up the Templar Assassin. Rubik will be handled by Infamous. MNT on the Weaver. RR will be playing the Darkseer. And then Venduza will be on whatever the last hero was. For some reason I can't remember. Nyx Assassin. Venduza will be on the Nyx Assassin.
Absolutely. Now if we switch over to the Dire, all conveniently in their base, we have Nizu. On Keeper of the Light we have Jägermeister, a very awesome name. On Queen of Pain we have Roronoa. On Puck, 1/4 human, 3/4 undead. We'll call you 1/4 human. On Lena, and Bloodlust on Lifestealer.
Yeah, and the lanes from Xtreme Rage are going to be pretty obvious. I mean, you're going to be running that aggressive tri lane with a keeper, because if you have a keeper, you have to run an aggressive tri lane. I mean, there's no reason to play defensively when you have a Keeper of the Light. He's such a good hero. And Puck will be on the short lane, and Queen of Pain will be mid, but we still don't know how IMBA are going to lane it. We still have absolutely no idea. The only thing really that's a certainty is that Templar's going to be mid, and then Infamous and Venduza will probably be supporting one of their lanes. We still don't know which one that's going to be.
Well, I'm going to say that Weaver is going to be the main carry, because honestly, I know some teams are doing it, but it's only one good Asian team, and that's it. I don't think that Darkseer is a very viable carry. He still isn't. He's not good enough. He's not like Tiny, who can go in and just completely snowball. While he can get loads of health, while he can be amazing, you need godlike farm to be able to really make the most of him, and he's still best off just in an initiating and a team fight style role.
Yeah, I think the thing they do with Darkseer when they run him in this sort of farming position is they don't really carry him. They kind of just get him a mech and get him a quick pipe so that he can affect team fights quicker and a lot harder. And because of that, they kind of just run him as a really quick initiate and just look for the mid-game sort of fights and look to win the mid-game and push down the towers before the late game even arrives. So that's what they go for with Darkseer being picked up. But it looks like Darkseer is going to be walking towards the off lane, and Keeper actually going towards their safe lane. So they're going to be running Puck on a hard lane against a Tri, and she's going to get absolutely destroyed.
Well, it's very difficult for Puck to really sap any experience on a hard lane. On a long lane, you really should always put it on the short lane if you're going to off lane, because it's so difficult. The second you get away from this tower range, you're just in so much trouble, because what else can you do? I mean, it's just too dangerous. But maybe Roronoa will make a good job of it. I mean, Puck has the ability to avoid a lot of spells. We have Nyx Assassin's Impale, quite easy to avoid just because of the animation for it. Geminid Attack, not too bad. Obviously Shikuchi, almost impossible for Puck to avoid, and Rubik's Telekinesis or Fade Bolt will be quite difficult. They'll try their hardest.
Well, the thing is, Telekinesis can set up those really, really nice impales, but I do expect Mana Burn to be picked up by Venduza instead. So Puck's just going to have 0 mana through this on this lane pretty much the entire time, and that's going to make it very, very difficult for her to escape if she does get caught out of position. And I have to feel that Darkseer is probably going to have a better lane than Puck is when it comes up against the Tri, just because he can still get some farm off the Ion Shell if a Deny is maybe a little bit slack. And he has a better escape. I think Surge is just a better escape mechanism than Illusionary Orb, because it just doesn't use as much mana, and if you get stunned, it can still be effective.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to say that Darkseer is going to have a nicer time in the hard lane than on his long lane than Puck is against his Tri, because it's just so difficult for Puck to really do anything. It's just such a squishy hero. But if we look in mid already, Jägermeister going in for a really aggressive start. The fraction is up on Templar Assassins, so it's going to be such a nightmare for her to try and really do much. This could actually be one of the best picks to go against the infamous Queen of Pain.
Too bad.
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be good to see who actually wins this game lane as it carries on. But Templar definitely having the better of it so far. Look at the amount of farm, and they actually might just dive Jägermeister straight away. The mana burn came straight from the Nyx Assassin, and they knew that Jägermeister didn't have blink at level 1, and it looked like they might have been trying to start something. But nothing happening, and Joker's going to be picking up a regen rune now. But yeah, Templar having a much better time right now. I mean, 3-1 on the Queen of Pain versus 6-2 on the Templar, and Templar gets the first rune. So
Yeah, absolutely. But Nyx Assassin really staying here, trying to get the most out of Jake, trying to really just scare off Jägermeister. And it's quite aggressive. Obviously, Vendusa might not stay here. It's going to be so difficult for him to look at this absolute aggressive mana burn style. She's got nothing now, and it's just going to help TA completely win the lane. If we look at last hits, yeah, it's really early on, but 9 from Templar Assassin compared to 4 from Queen of Pain, she really is struggling against this TA.
Yeah, she's not having a nice time. And look how much damage she's taking just off of the side blades. It's absolutely ridiculous. She's having to pop pretty much all of her bottle charges just to get back into the game. That lets Joker just go and pick up this Xtreme because Vendusa is protecting it with that mana burn if Queen of Pain comes down. Queen of Pain getting a little bit aggressive, but she has to back off at the last second. And Joker's going to win another rune. So Vendusa playing it very well, and Joker playing exceptionally well in mid against Queen of Pain, using those side blades, hurting her, and mana break just being as ridiculous as we thought it would.
Well, I might have to take back what I used to think about Templar Assassin, because she doesn't seem to be that specified in such a role to really get as much as she needs. Look at these side blades, they are doing everything. If the player in question is good enough to just land them all, then what can the enemy do against it?
It's just so difficult to harass Templar Assassin once she gets those side blades, because if you look at Jägermeister, look how much damage she's taking off of each one, and Templar is just able to deny and harass and just keep everything up, and there's absolutely nothing, there's literally nothing Queen of Pain can do about it. If Queen of Pain tries to get aggressive, Joker's going to pop that refraction and just absolutely dominate her, and this is just going perfectly for Joker in mid against Jägermeister.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Xtreme Rage did not expect this. They just did not see it coming. TA almost completely falling off recently. And why? Looking at this, absolutely, you have to ask why. She's so effective still.
Well, the only reason that she's really fallen off is because she doesn't have an escape, and if you pick up a Batrider, she just dies. So she's not first pick material just because of Batrider, but if you can ban out that Batrider, she's still one of the best mids in the game. I mean, teams just don't like picking her up. I suppose the only reason she's had such a nice time so far is because Vendusa has been able to roam early with that mana break and keep Queen of Pain off any sort of mana, and that's really helped Joker, because if Queen of Pain can spam those Shadow Strikes, then Templar's going to have a bit of a horrible time right at the start. But now that Templar is in full flow, there's nothing that Queen of Pain can do to really stop her.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Infamous and Vendusa teaming up with Joker. What are they going to go for? Joker's going to get this Invis rune very easily, but is she going to use it? I mean, she's got a haste rune too. She's used both. She's going to kill Queen of Pain. Rubik and Nyx are going to go back. Is actually Rubik going to help as well? She's got to be using these effectively. Surely she's not going to waste them. It's so much of an opportunity.
No, well, the thing is, she may as well just farm at this stage, because Queen of Pain still has full mana, so she can still just blink away if Joker tries anything, and I think it's just safer for her just to continue farming, just to get as much as possible and get those very quick phase boots, which she almost nearly has, sitting on 27 and 9 after 5 minutes. That's very impressive against the Queen of Pain in mid.
The hidden ones grin.
Absolutely. We have to say, IMBA never stopping roaming. Now look, RR is coming down into mid as well. We've got Nyx Assassin coming around the side. It looks like Vendusa's going to smells blood and is going to get it. Is the Impel going to come out? There it is, and the mana burn, and Nyx Assassin gets the first blood on Jägermeister.
Yep, and that's helped Templar Assassin even more. Finish the phase boots, an extra 300 gold on top, so I think it's going to finish to wand. If we check the courier, yep, the wand and the phase boots are going to be coming to Joker. And Joker's just going to have complete free farm in this lane mid now against Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain has to play so defensively because of the roaming Vendusa, and Templar's just going to absolutely dominate her. There's absolutely nothing Queen of Pain can really do. She tries to Shadow Strike, but it just does nothing. Immediately cancelled by Joker.
Absolutely, and now Jägermeister is really horribly struggling. She's miles behind now. If we look at net worth, we've got Queen of Pain actually far ahead because the courier is bringing something to Templar Assassin. There we go. Templar Assassin, the highest net worth currently at 2.6k, with Queen of Pain less than half that.
Yeah, MNT is having a very nice time farming as well, actually. Nearly the same net worth as Queen of Pain, with Queen of Pain having the assist. And this is what we were talking about. The thing is, they picked Puck last, and we were talking about the Weaver versus Puck, where Weaver will just absolutely dominate Puck completely, and that's exactly what's happening. Puck level 3, Weaver level 7, And that just allows Rubik and Venduza Infamous just to roam the map and just cause problems on every other lane, just because there's such a good 1v1 that Weaver has.
Yeah, and once this kind of all comes down, Weaver, you're going to have to give it to him, is going to be an absolute force to be reckoned with. But I've got to be honest, I don't know if a Weaver wins against a lifestealer. And in terms of carry potential, we are looking at Weaver and TA versus TA more of a mid-game carry. MNT definitely going into the late game versus Queen of Pain being
MNT
Xtreme
diving
Rages.
Puck.
Look at this.
Oh, MNT really wanted to kill Puck. They still have vision. Venduza around the back. Mana break, and another kill goes to Nyx Assassin. Puck just getting caught out. They still had vision on her because of the really annoying swarm from MNT. And that's just another kill going to Nyx Assassin, who is now level 4, nearly level 5. And he's just been roaming the entire game. So that's a just exceptional amount of leveling that he's been able to get.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Oh.
this roaming is working. It looks like it's going to catch Jägermeister again. There goes the Impale. Doesn't have enough for the mana break, but is it going to matter? There goes the Side Trap. It looks like it's all over for Jägermeister. She tries to scream. Refraction on Templar Assassin nullifies it, and she had a double damage. But Nyx Assassin again getting the kill. But now Rabanoa is in here. She's going to get Venduza, and now Venduza is definitely gone. Or
No.
is he? Side Trap, Sonic Trap. Is there anything? No, Venduza's going to escape with a Port Scroll. And Puck is not going to be able to catch him.
No, nice play by Venduza, managing to get away. Popped the wand actually when Puck came in. Managed to get a little bit of mana, and then port away by hiding in the trees. And Xtreme Rage just cannot get a foothold in this game right now. They cannot do anything against the Weaver on the bottom lane and the Templar Assassin in mid, because Templar Assassin level 8. On so much farm, going 44 and 16, dodging the shadow strikes with Meld, and Jaeger can't do anything about it. Literally nothing. And look at the right click that Joker is doing off those side blades. Almost just 3 or 4 shots. The Queen of Pain.
Absolutely, and she just keeps filling up the bottle because she gets every single rune. Venduza has his arcane boots already. As a support, it's absolutely fantastic. And now it looks like he's going to go for Puck again. M&T is really focusing, trying to get her as much as he can. There goes a Gemini attack, doing so much. And the mana burn, just allowing M&T to get everything. He ultimates, he walks back, and Puck falls again. Absolute domination so far.
Yeah, it's just domination just from the Weaver and the Templar Assassin, really. And if we check net worth, we can see that even though Bloodlust is doing pretty well for himself, he's nearly finished his drum after getting the phase boots. He's still nearly 1,000 behind Templar Assassin Joker, who is now looking to take mid tower with the help of Rubik. And they can't stop Templar Assassin. Templar Assassin absolutely dominating the game, and she hasn't even left mid yet. That's the big thing. She hasn't even needed to go and gank any of the other lanes, just because of how much IMBA are dominating them all.
Absolutely, and she has so much farm. You have to expect another item to come out soon. Maybe a BKB, considering how effective it will be, especially against this team after Refractions come out. It's just going to allow her to almost constantly be untouchable.
I expect a Blink Dagger probably next from
yeah, of course,
from Joker. So, but if she can get that soon, it's just going to be so difficult to kill her, and she's going to just be diving everyone and ganking continually. And what can you do to stop a Templar Assassin with a Blink Dagger? Because especially with this team, they don't really have much. If she just pops Refraction and melds, and then 3 seconds she'll just blink away.
Yeah, absolutely.
So look at Venduza. Venduza goes on Jaeger again, and another kill, and Templar gets it this time with the meld.
Dead.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Joker just being able to get away, probably going for another rune. Yes, a regen rune. She's never stopping. Lina trying to come in to help, cannot do a single thing here.
No, and if Joker wants to buy the blink, she has enough for it. So if she wants to, and Lina looks like she could get caught out by Joker, or almost very nice dodge of that actually. Oh, she's got nothing to stop the TP, and she's going to get away. She just continues farming again, but it looked like she had actually almost dodged that stun, and if she had, that was one very dead Lina. But she managed to get very lucky and get away with it. And now the tower's going to fall, and Joker's going to want to get the last hit on this.
Dire's middle tower
Well,
has
we're
fallen.
expecting to see TA completely carrying. She has more than enough for a blink dagger. Look at this, 3k gold. What the heck is she going for if she's still saving up?
Well, maybe she's going for a Lincoln's. They do have a lot of single target point spells, but she does buy the Blink Dagger actually now. And an extra 900 gold, 1,000 gold on top of that Blink Dagger after 11 minutes. That farm is absolutely insane, and Weaver is also doing just as well. Raronia trying to get away. MNT's not going to find, and just continues farming again as Keeper of the Light comes down, and Keeper of the Light could get caught out if he's not careful here, because look at Nyx Assassin's position, just round the back all the time, trying to catch heroes out.
Well, he's just doing such a good job. It's amazing that nobody's really spotted him doing it yet. He's definitely got his own Keeper of the Light. Keeper of the Light's only level 5. We know how effective Venduza is, and he has the full wombo combo up. He just doesn't want to go when he doesn't know where anyone else is, and with Puck around too, he has to be super careful. Super careful, that sounds so ridiculous. But with Rubik and Weaver around, it's going to be so easy for them. And here he goes.
Oh,
no?
maybe not. No, I think they're just going to try and push to this tower first, and then Venduza's going to come around the back, and they're going to go for a kill, but they need to get the creep wave under the tower as we actually, Joker gets another kill on Queen of Pain, Jägermeister, and we are seeing the pure power of Templar Assassin 3-0-2. And I've never stopped rating her as a hero as they all dive top. MNT and Venduza getting a kill. They're going to be going on Puck. There's the mana break. She's got no mana left. She tries a phase shift and it's not going to get her away. MNT maybe trying to get caught out by Luna, but the Sakuchi is going to keep MNT alive. Uses the pot. Lena's got to be careful because they're all coming back in for her. There's the Impale and another kill is going to be going. Triple kill for Venduza on the Nyx Assassin. And they just cannot deal with the Nyx Assassin whatsoever.
Well, this first game is looking so in Imba's favour. They're just so well on form. For Xtreme Rage, we can expect them to be a little bit rougher than they used to because the team have actually had some problems recently. They are disbanding a little bit, and that's obviously going to affect their play. But if we look at XP graph, as it's 13 minutes in now, experience graph about 6,000 in favour of IMBA Battlenet, and a gold graph, the same story, 6,000 gold. So they really are taking a great lead.
Yeah, and finally a little bit of damage gets done to Imba's tier 1 in mid, and it's just Queen of Pain has just been completely dominated. I mean, what can they do against Templar, who's now just roaming top, has an invis, wants to go onto Lena, and look at that right click, almost one-shots Lena with the meld, and now she's just going for the dive. They really want to get these kills under the tower. And they're hanging around waiting to dive it. Infamous is there with RR. They decide maybe that's not the best idea, and they back off as Jägermeister comes up. But Templar Assassin showing why she's been one of the strongest heroes in this game since she was released, and they just cannot deal with her, as we've said, just roaming now, starting to roam now, starting to pick up kills on the lanes as well as in mid. And what can Xtreme do about it? I just cannot see anything they can do to shut down Joker at this stage. He's just way too farmed.
It's just such a strong wombo combo. I don't think that they can really do anything about it now. RR's going to get help, and RR's had quite a nice time himself actually on the offlane. Really has done a nice job. Joker's just going to be able to come up here. There's nothing they can do. Nizzy's going to try and spam everything, but what can he do against Refraction?
They've got nothing, and now they're going to go into Lena in mid, and Lena's going to be falling again. Weaver gets the last hit. They leave it for MNT, which is a nice play. And Weaver nearly has Lincolns after 14 minutes, only looking for the Ultimate Orb now. And oh no, has the Ultimate Orb, has all of Lincolns, sorry, after 14 minutes.
Well, that's an impressive farm, and you have to say it's just going to go so well. What can Xtreme Rage do against this now? They are 12. IMBA are 12-1. They're completely winning. Xtreme Rage haven't even been able to really hurt any single tower. While IMBA have taken all of the tier 1 towers now, apart from the top, but that is so close to falling anyway. There really is no counting it.
Joker looked like he's going to go for the dive. The right clicks on Nizu was just way too much. Actually going for it, and there's the meld strike to get the kill. The Imba, maybe Joker getting a little bit too aggressive, but the surge comes out from RR. They're still going for the dive. They want Lena. They want to kill her. The meld gets a double kill for Joker. Now turning around onto Bloodlust. Another kill. Triple kill for Joker as Nyx Assassin comes around the back. And they just cannot deal with her whatsoever. And now she has an extra 3.7k of gold.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, absolutely. And if she wants to buy a BKB now, she can almost buy it outright. Such great play from oh god, I'm being lost now. Such great play
Dire's
from
top tower has
From
fallen.
again
Joker.
being lost. Such great game from Joker, completely winning. And IMBA in general, they've now got enough for a BKB if she wants to pick it up. And if she
Dire's
does,
middle tower is
there's
under
no stopping IMBA.
No, there really isn't. And Venduza on the Nyx Assassin, this is how confident they're feeling. Venduza's gone straight for Blink Dagger after Arcane Boots, so Venduza just blinking around the map and stunning with that Impale and picking off Queen of Pain here and there. And IMBA are just in such a large lead. They haven't really even needed Darkseer or Weaver at all in this game because of how much Templar Assassin is ruling it.
Absolutely. This Nyx Assassin and Templar combo is doing so much. They're called Assassins for a reason, and they're just killing everything. Now Vendusa's got his ulti up. He's got a regen razor. He's going to get all his mana back. Two squishy heroes around. Is he going to go for any of this?
You know, he's going for Nizu now. He's going to go for the dive. They can see him under the tower, but there's the Impale. Catches both of them. And MNT hanging around. Lina now can't stun because of that spiky carapace. There's the Blink Dagger from Venduza. Lina goes down as well, but not before she uses her ult to get the kill. MNT staying around. Wants Raronia, wants to get the kill. Puck backs off, and so do IMBA, but 18-3. Nyx Assassin has enough money to just buy back into the game and just be like, yeah, okay, you killed me, I don't really mind. And the GGs have actually just been called, already been called. We've seen in this game the power of Templar Assassin. She's always been this powerful, and
Dire's bottom tower
yeah,
is
and
under attack.
hopefully now you can see how powerful she is, Vague.
Yeah, I